I got the text on a Thursday afternoon. Be there. 7 p.m. sharp. Don't tell anyone I told you. No name. Just an address I vaguely recognized. The same country club my parents always used for their big events. I stared at it for a minute, thumb hovering over the screen. Was it a prank? A scam? But something about it felt familiar. The kind of thing my cousin Lana would do. Overly dramatic, cryptic, but well-meaning. It had been years since I'd spoken to most of my family. Not because I wanted it that way. They just stopped calling. Group chats went silent. Invitations dried up. I tried reaching out, but got nothing. Radio silence. Still, if this was real, if someone finally wanted me back, I had to go. I needed to know what the hell happened. I pulled into the lot a little after 7:20. Late, I know, but part of me was hoping I could sneak in, get a drink, feel the room out before anyone noticed. I wore a suit. Not too formal, but enough to look like I belonged. I even brought a gift, a crystal wine decanter I bought last minute at a department store. I was nervous. Sweaty palms, dry mouth, heart racing. The place looked beautiful from the outside. Lights strung through the trees, valet attendants in tuxedos, champagne glasses clinking on the terrace. Inside, the hum of conversation and soft jazz told me the party was in full swing. A sign near the entrance read, "Happy 40th anniversary, Walter and Denise." That was them. My parents. My mom and dad. The people I hadn't hugged or spoken to in over 4 years. I took a breath and walked in. The foyer opened into the ballroom. Chandeliers sparkled overhead. Tables were draped in gold and ivory. A long buffet lined one wall, with waiters passing hors d'oeuvres. Then I saw the head table. My father sat at the center, in a crisp navy suit. My mother, radiant in emerald green, laughed with someone beside her. My brother, Jared, leaned back in his chair, arm around his perfect wife. I stepped forward, and that's when everything changed. My mother stood up. Her smile vanished. Her hand gripped the edge of the table. My father's face turned pale. The laughter died instantly. The music seemed to fade. Dozens of eyes turned toward me, shocked, confused, even angry. "What the?" my mother said, slowly stepping around the table. She looked right at me, like she'd seen a ghost. I froze in the doorway, holding the stupid gift bag like some kind of intruder carrying a peace offering. The silence in the room was so thick, I could hear the fizz in someone's champagne flute. My mother stepped closer. Her heels clicked across the hardwood floor like gunshots. She didn't smile. She didn't cry. She just stared, as if trying to confirm I was real. Then, finally, she spoke. "What are you doing here?" I blinked. I got a message. About the party." Her expression darkened. "From who?" "I don't know. It wasn't signed. I just thought." "You thought what?" Her voice wasn't loud, but it cut through the air. "You thought you could just show up here, after everything?" I felt my face flush. The entire room was still watching, silent and wide-eyed. My father still hadn't moved. He was hunched over slightly, avoiding my gaze. "I didn't come to cause a scene," I said, holding up the gift. I thought maybe things had changed. That's when she laughed. Not a warm laugh. A bitter, disbelieving one. "Changed? You disappear for 4 years, and you think a bottle of wine fixes it?" "I didn't disappear." I snapped. "I tried calling. I texted. I came by the house. You changed the locks." A woman's voice cut through the tension. "You should leave." I turned. I didn't recognize her. Mid-30s, expensive-looking dress, standing just behind my brother Jared. She stepped forward like she owned the room. "Who are you?" I asked. She smirked. "Someone who knows the truth." "Truth about what?" My mother turned to her. "Erica." But she ignored her. "You know what you did," she said to me. "You just didn't think it would catch up to you." I felt like I'd stepped into a nightmare. The kind where everyone knows the rules but you. My father finally stood. "That's enough," he said, his voice low and tired. "This isn't the time." "No," my mother said. "Let's have it out. He came here. Let's talk about why he's not welcome." "Mom," Jared stood too. "Maybe this isn't." She whirled on him. "Don't defend him. Not after what he did to this family." "I didn't do anything." I yelled. "You all just ghosted me." One day everything was fine. The next, I was blocked, cut off, like I never existed. "Because you lied," Erica said. Her voice was calm, but venomous. "You hurt people. You nearly ruined lives. And now you want a seat at the table?" I turned back to my mother. "Please, just tell me what you think I did." She stared at me, tears finally welling in her eyes. But they weren't sad tears. They were the kind you cry when someone you trusted lets you down. "You know what you did," she said. "And we're done pretending otherwise." Someone behind me coughed. "A waiter." "I'm sorry, sir," he whispered. "I'm going to have to ask you to leave." I looked around the room. No one moved. No one stood up for me. Even my old high school friend, Kevin, who used to crash on my couch during breakups, wouldn't meet my eyes. I left the gift bag on the floor and walked out. The valet didn't speak as he handed me my keys. I sat in my car, engine off, hands shaking. I'd always assumed the silence from my family was some kind of misunderstanding. A cold spell I just had to wait out. But this was something else. I sat in the car for 15 minutes before I could even bring myself to start the engine. My mind kept replaying it. My mother's face when she saw me, the shock, the disgust. And that woman, Erica, talking like she knew my entire story. But I didn't even know hers. I drove home in a haze, every red light stretching into eternity. When I finally walked through the door of my apartment, the silence hit me like a wave. I used to love the quiet. Now it felt like proof I was completely, utterly alone. The next morning, I called Lana. If anyone had sent that anonymous message, it would have been her. She picked up on the third ring. "Lana, did you text me about the party?" I asked without preamble. There was a long pause. "You went." My stomach dropped. "You did send it." Another pause. Then, "I didn't think you'd actually go. I thought maybe you had the right to know." "Know what?" I asked. "What is it everyone thinks I did?" She exhaled. "I can't talk about this over the phone. Can you meet me somewhere?" 30 minutes later, we were sitting in her car, parked at a quiet overlook outside the city. She looked nervous, kept tapping the steering wheel like she was working up the courage to speak. Finally, she looked at me. "You really don't know, do you?" "No. That's what I've been trying to tell everyone for years. I don't know what happened. One day, Mom stopped answering my calls. Jared blocked me. Dad ignored me. I thought I'd gone crazy." Lana swallowed. "It was the texts." "What text?" She opened her phone and started scrolling. "The ones you sent to Erica. Or supposedly sent." She handed me the screen. Dozens of screenshots. Texts. All from a number with my name attached. Messages that were vile, threatening, disgusting. Accusations. Sexual insults. Personal attacks. One even implied that I'd expose a secret about Erica unless she played along. My skin went cold. "I didn't write any of this," I said, shaking my head. "I believe you," Lana said softly. "But no one else does." I looked closer. The timing lined up. These were supposedly from 4.5 years ago, right around the time the family shut me out. "But that's not even my number," I said. "They didn't care. Erica showed your parents everything. She cried. Said she was scared of you. Said you'd threatened her. I didn't even know her back then. She said you met at a family barbecue. That you were drunk. That you made her uncomfortable, and then you wouldn't leave her alone. She said you crossed a line, and when she tried to talk to Jared about it, you started sending those." I felt like I was going to throw up. "She made it all up?" I said. "Every word." "I think so," Lana nodded. "But Erica's smart. She came prepared. Had dates, screenshots, even a voicemail." "What voicemail?" "Some message, slurred speech. Sounded drunk. They said it was you." "Let me guess. Blocked number." She nodded. I leaned back in my seat, pressing my palms into my eyes. Why didn't anyone ask me? Why didn't they even give me a chance to explain? They were angry. And Erica, she played it well. She told them you'd deny it, that you'd spin it. So when you tried to reach out, it just made you look guiltier. She knew exactly how to isolate me. I muttered. Lana reached out and squeezed my arm. "I always thought something didn't add up. I'm sorry I didn't say something sooner." "You said enough." I looked back at the phone. "I need those screenshots." "Why?" "Because I'm going to prove I didn't write them. And then I'm going to find out why Erica wanted me out of the picture so badly." I spent the next week unraveling the lies. It felt like picking glass shards out of my own skin. First, I pulled my old phone records, calls, texts, timestamps. There was no activity to Erica's number. In fact, I didn't even have her number saved until much later, after Jared's engagement announcement. That alone shattered her timeline. Next, I cross-checked the supposed voicemails. I never left voicemails. Ever. It was almost a joke among my friends, how I'd hang up instead of recording anything. Lana let me listen to the one Erica played for the family. The voice did sound like me barely. Slurred, angry, muttering something about being ignored. But it wasn't my cadence, wasn't my phrasing, and I would have remembered leaving something that disgusting. It was faked or altered. I spent hours comparing that voicemail to old videos of myself, played them side by side. The intonation was off. I sounded rushed, flat, robotic even. AI voice clones. That had to be it. The texts, too. Whoever did this knew enough about my life to mimic the kinds of things I might say, but twisted. They added small details to make them feel real. References to family events, locations, even a pet name for mom. That scared me more than anything. This wasn't just a prank or misunderstanding. Someone had researched me, hunted through my past to make the story convincing. And the only person who stood to benefit from cutting me out was Erica. But why? I knew she married Jared 3 years ago. I wasn't invited. Hell, I didn't even know until Lana slipped and mentioned it over text. And from what little I could dig up online, they were the golden couple. House in the suburbs. 2 kids. Matching social media posts with #blessed. So what was she afraid of? That I'd ruin her image? That I knew something? I didn't. Not then. But I would. I decided to confront Jared. Not directly. He wouldn't pick up my call even if I tried. So I waited outside his office one morning. He worked downtown, high-rise finance job. The kind of place where your suit had to cost more than your rent or you'd be laughed out of the elevator. He came out holding a coffee and nearly dropped it when he saw me. Jesus, he muttered. What do you want? 10 minutes. No. I'll stand here and wait until your boss comes out. You think I won't? He exhaled sharply, glanced around, then jerked his head toward the alley between the buildings. Fine. 5 minutes. Talk fast. I followed him, heart pounding. I didn't send those texts, I said. I can prove it. He didn't say anything. I never threatened Erica. I never harassed her. She set me up. Someone helped her forge everything. You said 5 minutes, he snapped. This is ancient history. It's not history if the lie's still living. You believed her without even asking me. She had proof. No, she had fabricated proof. You threw away your brother over screenshots. He looked down, jaw tight. Why, Jared? I asked, stepping closer. What was so bad about me being in the picture? He looked at me then, really looked, and his eyes gave something away. A flicker of guilt. Or fear. I don't know what you're talking about, he said. You do. And if you won't help me, I'll go to Mom. I'll go to Dad. I'll show them everything. The inconsistencies, the metadata, the recordings. I'll unravel her story thread by thread. He swallowed. Unless you tell me the truth now. Why did she want me gone? I asked, voice shaking. What was she trying to hide? He looked down, then back at me. And what he said next hit me harder than anything I expected. Because you were there the night she met me. And you saw what she did. My breath caught in my throat. What do you mean, I saw what she did? Jared stepped back, suddenly guarded. You don't remember, do you? I searched my mind, reaching for something, anything, from that night. A party. Summer, I think. My parents' backyard. A hazy, champagne-soaked memory of clinking glasses and tiki torches. Then it hit me. There was a moment. I was inside grabbing another beer, walking down the hall toward the guest bathroom. I passed the den, and the door was slightly open. Inside, Jared stood with a girl I didn't recognize at the time. Blonde, flawless. She had her hand on his chest, and he looked uncomfortable. I remember pausing, wondering if I'd just walked in on something awkward. But Jared spotted me and shook his head, quickly, subtly. I got the message, walk away. So I did. Wait, I whispered. That was her. He nodded. Erica. She was hitting on you. She was all over me. I didn't even know who she was. I thought she was someone's friend. I tried to brush it off. But she cornered me again later, outside. Said I was playing hard to get. I told her to back off. I was stunned. She flipped it on me the next day. Told Mom I tried to force myself on her. Said I made her feel unsafe. And you were the only one who'd seen us together that night. But I didn't even. She thought you'd say something. You didn't. But when I proposed to her 2 years later, she panicked. I stared at him. You married someone who accused you of assault. I didn't know, he snapped. I didn't know about the accusation until after the wedding. She told Mom and Dad in confidence. Said she didn't want to ruin my life, but felt they should know. I thought she was just shy at first. Then everything started clicking. So you didn't know she set me up? I figured it out later. She told me you made her uncomfortable once, but I never saw the texts. She said it was handled. Then last year, I found a flash drive in her desk. He pulled something from his coat pocket. A tiny USB stick. It has every fake message, every audio file. Even the metadata showing they were created from her laptop. Why didn't you say anything? I asked, voice shaking. He looked ashamed. Because I was already in too deep. We had a mortgage. Kids. A life. If I told the truth, everything would explode. And I thought you were gone for good. Tears stung my eyes, but I blinked them back. I lost everything, Jared. My family. My reputation. You could have saved me. I know. His voice cracked. I know. And I'm sorry. I didn't know how to undo it without destroying everything. I stepped away, my fists clenched. You let me rot out there. Alone. For 4 years. And you just lived your picture-perfect life with the woman who ruined mine. He handed me the flash drive. I'm giving this to you now. Do whatever you want with it. Show Mom. Show Dad. Burn it. I don't care. But don't come after Erica. She's not stable. You think what she did to you was bad. I looked him dead in the eye. This is me coming after her. Later that night, I plugged the drive into my laptop. The folder was titled Insurance. Inside, a folder of fabricated screenshots, complete with fake date stamps. Audio files labeled voice1_mix. Wave and threat_call2. Wave, all with source project files from an AI voice software I didn't even know existed back then. One video file. I clicked play. It was a screen recording. Erica, at her desk, laughing as she dragged and dropped elements into a mock text thread builder. She zoomed in on my name and typed out a message. Don't ignore me. You'll regret it. Then she looked at the camera, winked, and said, Goodbye, black sheep. My stomach turned. This wasn't just manipulation. It was sadism. I saved every file in 3 places. On a drive, in the cloud, and emailed it to myself. Then I picked up the phone. Mom, I said when she answered, I need you to see something. My mother didn't speak at first. Just the sound of her breath on the other end of the line. It had been so long since I'd heard her voice in anything but memories that it almost didn't feel real. Why now? She finally asked. Because you deserve the truth, I said. And so do I. She hesitated. We're not doing this over the phone. I'll come to you. She agreed to meet the next evening. At the house I grew up in. Driving up that familiar road made my chest tighten. The trees hadn't changed. The cracks in the driveway were still there. But everything felt smaller, like someone had shrunk the world I used to belong to. Mom opened the door herself. No hug, just a nod, like she wasn't sure if she was ready to believe anything yet. Dad sat in the living room, eyes tired, hands folded like he was bracing for an earthquake. I hadn't seen him in 5 years. I pulled out my laptop and the flash drive. No small talk, just facts. I walked them through the screenshots, the metadata, the software interface Erica used. I played the video last. When the screen froze on Erica's face, her smile, her wink, my mother's hand went to her mouth. She created all this, she whispered. She framed me. I said. She isolated me. You believed I was capable of threatening her, of harassing her, but you never asked me if it was true. She was crying. Dad said quietly. She had evidence. She said you'd deny everything. I tried to reach you. For months. But you ignored me. My mother stood and walked to the window. Her reflection in the glass looked like a ghost. I thought I was protecting Jared, she said. I thought you'd lost your mind, that something had snapped in you. You were protecting the wrong son, I said bitterly. You abandoned the one who did nothing. Silence. Then she turned back to me, eyes glistening. I failed you, she said. I let someone into our family without seeing who she really was. And I turned my back on my own child because I was too afraid to be wrong. I couldn't speak. My father finally stood. We owe you an apology, son. More than an apology. We owe you years. I nodded, swallowing hard. I'm not here for an apology. I'm here because the truth matters. My mother clenched her jaw. What do we do now? We confront her, I said. Together. We waited until Saturday. A family brunch. Jared, Erica, the kids. My parents told them they wanted to celebrate healing old wounds. Erica never saw it coming. She was mid-bite when my father placed the flash drive on the table. What's that? She asked, feigning confusion. You tell us, my mother said, her tone sharp and icy. Erica looked from one face to another. I don't understand. My father opened the laptop, played the video. Her face went white. That's out of context. Jared, sitting beside her, spoke for the first time. It's over, Erica. I told them everything. No, she said, standing. No, he's lying. This is all fake. I love this family. He's trying to ruin me. I'm trying to save us, Jared said. From you. She looked at my mother. Denise, you know me. You know me. I did, Mom said coldly. Or I thought I did. Erica's face crumpled. You can't do this. You can't turn on me like this. You turned on us first, I said. You just didn't expect to get caught. She stormed out, heels clacking against the tile, slamming the front door behind her. No one spoke for a long time. Finally, Jared looked at me. I don't expect forgiveness. I'm not giving it, I said. Not yet. He nodded. Fair. Mom reached across the table and touched my hand. I don't know if we can make this right, she said. But I want to try, if you'll let us. I looked at all of them. The damage couldn't be undone. But maybe something else could begin. I'll think about it, I said quietly. It's been 6 months since that day. Erica filed for divorce a week after the confrontation, claimed Jared betrayed her trust, and humiliated her publicly. She tried to spin the narrative, said I doctored the files, that it was all a smear campaign. But her lies didn't hold up. Not when Jared handed over emails she'd sent to a friend bragging about how easy it was to make him vanish. The family took sides. Some cousins believed her. Others reached out to me with apologies, some sincere, some half-hearted. It didn't matter. I wasn't chasing redemption. I just wanted peace. I went back to therapy. It helped to finally put words to the isolation, the paranoia, the weight of being erased by your own blood. For a long time, I questioned my sanity. Wondered if I really had done something wrong and just blocked it out. That kind of doubt eats you alive. Now, I'm learning to trust myself again. Mom and Dad are trying. They've invited me to dinner twice a month. We talk. We laugh sometimes. It's not the same, but maybe it doesn't have to be. Jared, he's a mess. Losing his marriage, facing the truth about what he ignored, it's eating at him. But we've had coffee a few times. Real conversations. Honest. Raw. I told him the road back isn't going to be short or smooth, but at least it's a road. Last week, he told me something that stuck with me. I saw what she was doing. I just didn't want to believe it. It was easier to believe you were the villain than admit I married one. I didn't respond. What was there to say? The truth is, I don't hate him. I don't even hate her. I pity her. Whatever darkness made her want to erase me, fabricate an entire alternate reality, must have been rotting her from the inside. I've learned something in all this. When people choose to believe lies, it's usually because the lie is more comfortable than the truth. I made peace with never getting the years back, but I'm taking back the rest of my life. And if you've ever been cast out, labeled, falsely accused, if people turn their backs on you without ever asking your side, know this. You are not the sum of their silence. You are not their scapegoat. You are not invisible. Sometimes the truth takes time, but it always has a way of coming to light. And when it does, it's not just justice. It's freedom.